gentlemen, hello and welcome. My name, of course, is Obit Potato. Today we are casting a map that, a replay link that was very, very kindly sent in by somebody on the stream. Blowdeer, I think that's your name. I'm not entirely sure, but whatever. I've not really done much casting, so I figure, why the hell not? We might as well give it a shot. So we've got a bunch of people. They're actually pretty good people. Like 1,900, Blowdeer with 2,300. Holy cow! Wow. Jeez Louise. Okay, anyway. What have we got going on up here? We've got Icy Nightmare, just going for the standard land factory. You know, it's all standard at the start. It doesn't really make that much of a difference. Over here we have got, I think that is that Nexus of Reality? I can't really see the whitey back text is not really showing up very well against the sand. Whatever. That is where did he go? Yeah, Nexus of Reality. That's the one. I'm sure of it. Over here we have got Mephi, who I actually did see in a tournament recently, which I just casted with Brink. Check that out on his channel if you are interested. And then over here we have got Vihanan. He was also in a very, very recent tournament that we did. Anyway, and down in the bottom left-hand corner, we've got SWE Papa Join. Papa Join. Apparently, that's a name that's a thing right now. Okay, that's fine. We've got Mr. Aesthetic, who is walking his ACU all the way on over to the middle. I'm not entirely sure what he's going to go for. Is there any reclaim in the middle that is of value? Yes, it looks like the middle of the map is indeed very, very reclaim rich. Is there anything that's specifically rich in reclaim? A couple of large rocks worth 75 mass. That would be very, very nice to secure them at the start. Give you a little extra boost just when you need it most. Anyway, continuing on with our introduction to the players. Blowdeer down in the bottom left-hand corner. Hopefully I'm saying his name right. He did submit the link, so I've got to pander to his wishes. No, I'm joking. I don't, but I will. And then we've got Gorton, who is, I'm pretty sure, one of the top dudes in the whole admin sort of thing of FAF. I'm not entirely sure, as you can probably tell. I'm fairly new around here, but I'm loving every second of it, so I'm trying my best. Please understand that I'm trying my best. Alright, so from the outset, we can see that Mr. Aesthetic's ACU is, you know, fairly far in. He's going to go after that reclaim, indeed. He's going after those big rocks that I thought he would go after. Yep, he's queued up to take out pretty much 1, 2, 3... He's going to take out 4 big rocks, and then he's going to actually build a factory over there to try and get some vehicle production up. So I actually quite like that strategy. I think it's really, really rather cool. You know, the players on the south side just generally have seemed to push their ACUs further to the middle, which I think is probably a wise tactical advantage. They've certainly just got a little bit of a head start on their northern counterparts, who haven't really pushed south as much as their southern counterparts have pushed north. I think that made sense. I think so. I'm not entirely sure. I am trying, ladies and gents. I'm trying very, very hard. But yeah, nothing out of the ordinary yet, apart from the fact that Mr. Aesthetic has started this land factory in the center, which I think is really very, very cool. I'm going to allow him to pump out units that will be able to reach the front of the battlefield in a matter of seconds rather than in a matter of minutes. We can see that Blowdeer has gone for the slightly more conservative placement of this land factory. Clearly not as ambitious. Well, not as ambitious. Not as daring, perhaps, as Mr. Aesthetic, who is very, very exposed out there, and there is a potential for that to be picked off. But you know what? I think it's pretty safe. These guys haven't really pushed their ACUs forward yet, so meh. I think it's all right. You know, you can't really complain about a strategy like that of building a land factory right in the middle of the map. It's ballsy. It's ballsy. Yeah. But anyway, we can see that Gorton over to the left is preparing. I thought he would be preparing some sort of a choke point to tackle the stream of enemy units that are going to be coming down from Icy Nightmare, second in the leaderboard right now. So he's going to want to make sure that he gets that point defense up as soon as possible. So that he can take out these units. However, it looks like he's going to focus on his land factory. Understandable. Understandable. Absolutely understandable. Yeah, and now he's just going to wade his ACU into the enemy. So overall, a fairly easy front to defend, but hey-ho. Now, how is Mr. Aesthetic's actual base getting on? It looks like he is going to upgrade to Tech 2 mass extractors. Indeed, he's already got one. He's got two. He's got three, and he's going for a fourth one. And he might potentially have more. No, just looks like three at the moment. You know, that's not too shabby. Also, he's got this weird, like, proxy base that's going on near the middle of the map. And it looks like he's going to attempt some sort of a massive wall-off, which I think is pretty darned awesome. I quite like it. In terms of the map, it looks like it's pretty 50-50 down the middle of the line. Obviously, in the center of the map, the southern team have managed to push forward just a little bit, and it looks like they are slightly further ahead into the map. Now, there is a lot of engineers here, and if these dudes, Nexus of Reality, and Mephi aren't careful, I think that's Mephi. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Mephi's engineer. If they're not careful, they're going to lose the engineer, but at the end of the day, it's totally worth sending your Tech 1 engineers in, because the amount of mass that they're going to reclaim is probably totally worth their death, even if they do have a death. I mean, they might not have a death. I mean, we can all dream for big ambitions. Anyway, we're seeing some commander on commander action over here. Icy Nightmare aggressively pushing Gorton back. That factory looks like it will go down. That artillery is doing a shit ton of damage to buildings, as it normally does. And are they not going to finish that land factory? You're not going to commit a few more units to finish that land factory? That really does not seem like the appropriate thing to do. But hey ho, you know what? That is understandable. You don't want to commit to taking out that factory. I feel your pain, man. I feel your pain. All right. Anyway, we just saw popping up the Nexus of Reality is going to be going for the gun upgrade. Now, faster firing is going to be something that is probably going to be required against the shit ton of units that Mr. Aesthetic is going to be pouring out of his little proxy base. Not to mention the fact that he has got point defense, which is going to repel any weak tier 1 units that the Nexus of Reality sends his way. So he really needs his commander to have that gun upgrade, so he can at least contest the middle somewhat. Anyway, the southern side of the map is sort of a different story. I mean, over here it looks like the player in the very, very corner, which is, of course, I cannot remember his name, Vihanen. I think that's how I say it. Anyway, Vihanen is he's sort of managed to get quite a good presence going on down here, as opposed to his opponent, which is SWE underscore Papjoin. Yeah, you know what? Let's say it as that. Although a Tech 2 point defense will counter very, very nicely anything that Vihanen tries to throw at him. Although I'm not entirely sure that I'm convinced of the lack of units here. I mean, this little outpost looks like it could be fairly easily outrun should this point defense be taken out. Although it indeed looks like SWE Papjoin is going to be going for a little turret crawl, so to speak. And you know what? It's probably going to work. It's absolutely probably going to work. See popping up just here, Nexus of Reality's gun upgrade is just finished. Gorton's just finished his tier 2, and thankfully he still hasn't lost this land factory, so that means that he is going to be able to continually push out at least tier 1 units from this factory at this moment in time. So honestly, I don't know why the enemy didn't commit just a few more units to taking out that land factory, because I think it would have totally been worth whatever the mass lost in units was. So I personally think that that was a little bit of a mistake, but what do I know? Pretty much nothing. Anyway, We've got a Tech 2 point defense up here, which is going to start going to town on Gorton's ACU. He, in response, is going to try and get his own Tech 2 point defense up and running. That ACU is going to manage to take a little bit of a pounding in the process. It's got the health to sustain it, and it's probably going to manage. It's probably going to manage to get this this point defense up and running. Now, I have no idea what the point defense is going to target. It's going to target the opposing point defense. Probably a wise idea. I don't think it's going to get one. It's not going to get one. That was a little bit of a wasted mass investment by Gorton there. But, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. It looks like we've got Blowdeer over here. He looks like he's going to be committing a few troops to this area. He's just finished Tier 2, as you can see in the bottom left. And he's looks like he's attempted a little bit of a wall off. I presume this engineer is going to be building yet more wall section. Indeed he is. Presumably this is because he doesn't want Nexus of Realities units to come down here and, you know, just flush him out while he's trying to assist Gorton in dealing with Icy Nightmare. So understandable that he goes for that wall off, although it will not last forever should Nexus of Reality choose to attack. It'll last long enough though. Anyway, we haven't checked on SWE Papa Join for a while, primarily because I can barely say his name. Looks like his turret crawl ended. Yep, looks like it ended. I mean, this Tech 2 point defense has got 9 kills. That is not bad at all. Also, that point defense is getting hammered by the Tech 2 mobile missile launchers. That's not too bad, actually. That's a really good way of taking out the Tech 2 point defense, which has got a much increased range in comparison to the Tech 1. Anyway, there's been a land factory that's placed up here. This is Tech 2, so this is going to be pumping out presumably nothing. Nothing? Really? I mean, all of this is artillery, so perhaps some heavy tanks would assist you in your quest to destroy that artillery? Maybe, but I don't know. I suppose he's got a lot of things to focus on, and that's probably understandable why he's not managing to build any units from there. Although, I still probably would be. How's his economy looking? His economy is looking shaky. Shaky at best. So maybe that's why he's not building any units. Although, it might be beneficial if you stop building units over here and started building them over here instead, so you could get a little bit more of a flow, so to speak. Get a little bit more of a grip on the enemy and start threatening them. But hey ho, maybe that's just my amateurish opinion coming into play right there. Anyway, the wall off of Blowdeer continues. It is there. It is there. It is continuing. It is being built. We've got some of the mobile missile launchers that have been produced by Nexus of Reality. We've got a shield, however, from Mr. Aesthetic, so that is going to mitigate some of the damage. It's not going to last forever, though. It's absolutely not going to last forever. It's going to do a decent job, though, of repelling all of the shit that the Nexus of Reality wants to throw at it, though. So that's probably a very good choice. And we are going to see Mr. Aesthetic's own mobile missile launchers retaliate. Fingers crossed they don't get destroyed before they've at least fired off a couple of shots. But looks like 1 or 2 of them. 1, 2 maybe. Will they go down? Will they go down? I'm not entirely sure that this was a fantastic trade by Mr. Aesthetic, although he does need to apply some pressure so his shield will not go down, which it will go down eventually. Just a matter of time if it keeps on getting focus fired like that. But hey ho, you can't really complain about a successful defense like that. You know, I don't think you can. How are we doing down here? I think of all the players, I don't know, is perhaps SWE Papa John is the weakest. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, certainly his ranking, I think it looks like it is the lowest, although I really don't know. I can't really see. And to be honest, it doesn't really matter because everybody at this level is fairly good. So, hey ho, hey ho. All right, how is Blowdeer and how is Gorton doing at repelling the aggression from Icy Nightmare? Well, it looks like Icy Nightmare isn't continuously sending units, which is probably for the better. It looks like he is amassing a force that is not going to attack directly here. Okay. This could be interesting. This could be very, very interesting. We can see there that Blodier is upgrading to resource allocation system. Very, very cool indeed. Very, very cool indeed. Alright, I'm very, very interested to see what Icy Nightmare wants to do with these units, because they're not great units by any stretch of the imagination. They're just a whole bunch of light tanks and a couple of artilleries, a couple of land scouts thrown on in there. But they can certainly be cannon fodder for whatever army. Alright, now we are seeing this shield being shelled a little bit more heavily right now. And it is going to eventually go down. It is just a matter of time. As you can see, the percentage in the bottom left is decreasing slowly, but it is decreasing surely, and Mr. Aesthetic is going to definitely respond with his own mobile missile launchers and try to mitigate some of that damage. Probably the wise thing to do. Now, Icy Nightmare retreated. Blodier and Gorton look like they are going to be taking advantage of that situation. Icy Nightmare's got himself his own little personal shield dome, which I think is quite cool. I like that a lot. It's only on 37% though, so could go down with a little bit more shelling. Could go down. Anyway, looks like there's going to be a fight. Tier 1 units against tier 1 units, backed up by some of Blodier's tier 2 units. So those tier 2 units are definitely going to be chewing down on those tier 1 units. Although those tier 1 units could do a fair bit of damage if they manage to get within range of this base. Although it's good to see that there is a point defense, albeit a half health point defense. They are ready to respond to that tier 1 aggression should it be needed. Wow, it looks like in the middle, Mr. Aesthetic has managed to successfully push Nexus of Reality's armies back a little bit. And honestly, it's not great to be in this choke point. You don't really have that much room to build stuff or send a super large army through, should you ever want to, I suppose. I mean, not like that's necessary at the moment, but wow, what a pick-off. Getting that land factory, in fact, getting 2 of them, that is very, very, very nice indeed. And it looks like Mr. Aesthetic is just going to continue to try and focus fire down upon the opposing mobile missile launchers, which honestly I think is probably an absolutely fantastic choice to ensure that Nexus of Reality cannot engage Mr. Aesthetic at a range. But anyway, very, very, very good engagement there for Mr. Aesthetic. You really can't complain about that. Managing to take out those 2 factories will be huge. Obviously there's a bit of reclaim to be had in there, so great, go on, try and get it, unless Mr. Aesthetic wants to try and target down that factory to get rid of the reclaim, because obviously once you destroy a factory, you get rid of the reclaim, or if you destroy the wreck of a factory, then you get rid of the reclaim. So it might be worth him doing that, but I don't think he's going to be doing that for now. He's got more difficult things to worry about. What was going on in the chat? I cannot see what the hell is going on. Looks like Gorton probably isn't having the best game of his life. Probably not. No, he looks yeah. I think everybody can see what I mean. It's not going great. He's got a lot of engineers though, so that's a lot of potential build power. Should he need it, or should he need to help out his teammates? It's good. It's good. It's good to see. Very, very good to see. All right, so down at the bottom of the map, it looks like a bit of a stalemate, to be honest. I mean, this factory up here was defeated. I really don't know if it ever produced anything of value. I would suspect not. I mean, investing all of those resources into a Tech 2 factory and just not building anything, that seems really, really daft, but maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm missing out on some crucial information here, and now I'm just being an asshole for the sake of being an asshole. I can assure you, I'm not trying to be an asshole. It just comes naturally to me. No, I joke. I try not to. Mephi looks alright. It looks like he's really trying to concentrate on his economy. I would imagine that's what he's trying to do. If he doesn't really have an offensive force. I mean, yeah, there's nothing of real importance here. I mean, mobile artillery, not really. There's a couple of anti-air guns, but that's about it. That's really about it. It looks like he is definitely trying to focus on his economy, trying to, wow, tier 3s, lots of tier 3s, lots and lots of tier 3s, and it looks like he's continuing to grow his economy any damn way he can. Potentially, Well, in fact, not potentially at all. Not potentially. He is going tier 3 air. Tier 3 air. That is phenomenal. That is tier 3 air, and obviously that is going to bring with it a whole raft of lovely stuff. Of course, looks like he's having a little bit of a power issue at the moment. So he is going to be building a Tech 2 power generator. That is going to fix all of his power issues for the very, very near future. Fingers crossed. Alright, let's go back to observer mode and see what the hell is happening on a grander scale. So, Nexus of Reality has managed to secure the high ground. So, for example, and yeah, it's great. It's looking really, really good. Mr. Aesthetic, however, is still engaging favorably against Nexus of Reality, without a shadow of a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt, it's going well for him. Now, I'm wondering, who took air on this team? I mean, we've got Tech 1 air. Have we got anybody with anything special in terms of air? Tech 3 lands. You're not upgrading, are you? Are you upgrading? I really can't tell. Mr. Aesthetic. No, you're not upgrading. You're just... That's not even an air factory. What the hell am I even on today? Holy shit balls. I must be tripping. You gone air? You really haven't. Nobody's really committed to air over here. Tier 3 land. Tier 3 land. I mean, Tier 3 land's all very impressive, but no Tier 3 air as far as I'm aware. We've got Tech 2 air, and it looks like it is actually going to be Tech 3 very, very soon indeed. If I'm not mistaken, unless it's building something, which it doesn't look like it is. Hey ho. Hey ho. Well, that Tier 3 air is going to hopefully eventually counter Mephi's Tier 3 air. He's dedicating a lot of resources to ensure that he has got that Tier 3 air. He's built a butt ton of power generators. Very, very cool. I like it a lot. And I want to see what he's going to build. Is he going to build some strat bombers? Is he going to build some... Oh my... That was... He just deleted that all. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Understandable. I'm pretty sure he deleted that all. I mean, he didn't... It didn't explode by itself. No, it didn't. Great. Okay, we've got a Tier 3 engineer coming out. That's okay. That's fine. I mean, it's not anything special as of yet. Okay, now we're seeing some special stuff. We're seeing some spy planes. Okay. Spy planes... Meh. Probably the least interesting Tier 3 air unit, I would say. One of the most interesting is probably the strategic bomber. It can do a shit ton of damage, and it's fucking awesome. I love it to bits. It is great. But the spy plane, whilst very, very useful, not very exciting. Not very exciting, I'm afraid. But yeah, Mephi's economy is looking very, very strong right now. Very, very strong. Wow. Wow. It's looking not too bad at all. Not too bad at all, and I presume he will be taking advantage of this reclaim that he just made available. I presume he probably is, or probably will be very, very shortly indeed. Get a little bit of extra mass from that. Alright, what is he doing? What is he doing? He is building... Is that... Yes, it is indeed. It is an air superiority fighter. And he's now got 4 of them. 4 of them, 5 of them, 6 of them, whatever. 5 of them. That's great. And that's looking really, really good. So, air superiority fighters, probably the second coolest. Probably the second coolest of all cool things in terms of Tier 3 air. So, I do like myself an air superiority fighter. And at the moment, that air superiority fighter could literally counter every other aircraft on this map. Literally every other aircraft on this map. The only air that will be able to counter that Tier 3 air is going to be Gorton's own Tier 3 air factory, and he is building a bunch of air superiority fighters as well. So it's not going to be able to be these air superiority fighters aren't going to be uncontested for much longer. So, you know, just making people aware of that. Oh, wow. This is very, very nice. Nexus of Reality has managed to get his Monkey Lord set up. And this is going to do some serious, serious damage if it can get to the center of the map. And getting to the center of the map doesn't really look like it's going to be that difficult, I'm afraid. It really, really doesn't. Not in the slightest, I don't think, actually. I mean, what, 43,000 health? Yeah, it's going to manage. It's going to manage to get there, and it's going to do some damage. It is going to do some damage. We can see the ACU is clearly afraid, retreating. Not rapidly, but he's retreating. ACUs don't do anything rapidly. He is retreating, though. It's going to take a little bit of damage from the Percivals. That's going to do some damage. Although I think you need round about 10 or so to take out the Percivals. If we can see some clever shield management, which we did see a little bit of clever shield management there, then that should mean that the Percivals will get some more shots off, which will mean that the Monkey Lord will go down just that little bit quicker. But for now, apart from that heavy tank, which will be taken out fairly shortly, looks like this Monkey Lord is going to go ahead and storm through the remains of this base, which is not great for the southern team, but it is very, very good for the northern team. That is without a shadow of a doubt. Oh my goodness, what a nice little drop down here by Icy Nightmare. Wow. Wow. Must have carried it in on that Tech 2 air transport. Only 162 health remaining. That's very impressive, actually. Gonna manage to take out that Tech 2. What? What are you doing? Attack the mass extractor. It's the only thing that you can do. Do it now before you get destroyed. Do it now before you get destroyed, buddy. Oh my goodness. Hey ho. You know what? It's getting there that was the hard part. Oh look, finally he takes it down. Great, good job, good job, good job. Monkey Lord is being harassed. It's still going for it though. It's still going for it. Absolutely. Tech 2 gunships. Is it going to be enough to do to stop this Monkey Lord? Probably. Probably, in all honesty. Monkey Lord doesn't have that great of an anti-air system, so it's going to do some damage. Monkey Lord is going to be retreating a little bit, which is very, very, very nice indeed. Mephi is bringing in his air superiority fighters, and they are absolutely going to shred these Tech 2 gunships. Absolutely shredding them. And that Monkey Lord is going to be A-okay as far as I'm concerned. Yep. Wow. Wow. There we go. There we go. Bringing them back. Bringing them back. Nexus of Reality asking, should I push or nah? I think you should push, buddy. I mean, player down here, which is Mr. SWE Papa Join, looks fairly undefended. I mean, from the back, if you could manage to swing that round there, obviously you would face a little bit of opposition from any forces that came out of this area, but if you could manage to sweep over there and pick up a kill over here, that would be very, very impressive indeed. ACU is over here, but you could still at least destroy this this base. Now, this base actually could very, very well go down without any help from the Monkey Lord at all. Monkey Lord, wow, with 75 kills, looks like it's heading back to base to get a little bit of a repair, shall we say. That fat boy is going to be harassing it every single fucking step of the way, and it's going to be doing considerable damage to it. So, without a doubt, very, very good that he evacs the area very, very quickly indeed. Anyway, we're going to see some bricks coming down into this little base down here and doing some pretty significant damage, actually. Probably not enough to actually make it worth it, unfortunately. Thank you very, very much for the follow. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, this is being recorded live on stream. Very, very exciting live action. Well, it's not live, it's a replay, but I think you can understand. Yeah, so I'm not entirely sure that the investment of bricks by Vihanen against SWE Pap Join was completely worth it. I'm honestly not convinced that it is. But hey ho, that's the way it is. They're dead now. You can't change the past. Anyway, this fat boy, wow, 19 kills already, and it's barely seen any action. It's been sat at the back of the battlefield. It's going to get a couple more kills on those Harbingers. Always good to get some Tech 3 unit kills from a ranged distance. Very, very nice indeed. 21 kills. Looks like the fat boy is just going to continue pressing up into Icy Nightmare's turf. Very, very nice to see that indeed. Applying pressure is always something that the players should be doing. You can never let the opponent get complacent and let them spiral out of control. Another Harbinger gonna go down. Very, very nice indeed. There's some interceptors, some old Tech 1 interceptors gonna fly above the base. Going to see that there is indeed 2 fat boys. 2 fat boys. Wow. And what have we got over here? We've got a Galactic Colossus from Mephi. Indeed we do. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. We're seeing the players with the largest economies just managing to splurt out as many experimentals as they can. These 2 fat boys especially are going to be very, very difficult to deal with. They're going to be taking down shields like there is no tomorrow, destroying this little outpost, this outpost without a shred of human decency. Wow, that barrage was just incredible. Galactic Colossus and the Monkey Lord. Monkey Lord is of course still on half health. Not looking too great. Didn't really get the repair like I expected it. But hey ho, that's just the way it is. This Galactic Colossus seems very content just to chill around here and wait for the Megalith. The Megalith. The like 3rd experimental that this team has got to offer. The Northern team is now going to be trying to counter the Fat Boys, I would imagine, with their own experimentals. And I can't say that that is a stupid move. That sounds like a very, very good thing to do given the circumstances. These 2 fat boys though, engaging from a range, it's going to be very, very difficult to deal with. I really have no idea what Blowdeer is planning to do next, but if he managed to get another fat boy up, then I don't know. I think that would be even more challenging to deal with. I really don't know. I really don't know, but 2 fat boys is already a significant challenge. It's very, very challenging to deal with. Looking at it in terms of scores, we can see that Mephi and Blowdeer are at the top of the scoreboard. Mass income wise, Blowdeer has managed to reclaim 12,000, and we can see that in terms of income, floating round about 300. Mephi on he's probably floating around 40 mass per tick lower, but that's still very, very impressive indeed. He has only managed to reclaim around about 8,000, so or around about 9,000 should I say. So there's there's pretty much a 4,000 mass reclaim difference, which is very, very impressive indeed. Anyway, what the heck is going on here? Wow, wow, wow. Lots of gun firing, lots of explosions, and lots of shit happening. Monkey Lord trying to get some pot shots off at the air units as they fly past, but it looks like the fat boys will make it out alive. Both of them, both of the fat boys, very, very much safe and secure. However, we've got a Megalith that's coming down from Nexus of Reality. We've got a backup Galactic Colossus. Whoa, crazy, absolutely crazy, and we're 28 minutes in. That is literally insane. Literally insane. I think that is the very, very definition of insanity. Anyway, Vaihanen finally managed to clean up this little outpost over here. SWE Papa Join is slowly being pushed back to his lair, and oh my goodness, we see a counter Galactic Colossus and a fat boy going down by SWE Papa Join. Okay, wow, much experimentals, such wow. Strategic launch detected. Holy cow, Vaihanen was working on a strategic missile launcher. He's going to be nuking the shit out of this base. Does it have a missile defense? I would imagine it probably does. I mean, it's got a quantum gateway. If it doesn't have a strategic missile defense, then that is just asking for trouble. Am I just missing it? Am I being an idiot, or am I just missing it? Well, we'll see when the nuke lands, won't we? Jeez Louise, we will indeed. This is going to do some economic damage if it lands, and holy shit, it's going to land. Yeah, holy shit, it's going to land. Absolutely. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Gorton saying, nice shot. Vyhanen. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. He gets that it was a nice shot. So looks like that's where he was funneling his eco for a fairly long length of time if he was going to get a nuke. And that will have done significant damage to Blodear's economy. His power, I would imagine, is actually not terrible. Actually not terrible at all. Now, where is the strategic launch, and where is it being detected? Mephi also, holy shit, he's also got his own strategic launch. Strategic launch silo. So, another very, very interesting launch. Now, does this area have a nuclear missile defense silo? It does. They're rushing to get this anti-nuke finished. I don't think it's gonna make it, I'm afraid. It's just gonna land and literally fuck everything up. Boom! Oh, there we go. There we go. Wow, wow, wow. SWE Papa Join is still working on his little fat boy. I say little. Massive fat boy. So that's not going to get destroyed. Gorton is going to get his Ahwasa very, very shortly indeed. If we just take a quick look at his economy, looks like, yeah, he's still positive. That's great. So the only thing that can really counter Alwasa's is a shit ton of air superiority fighters, a shit ton of flak, you know, a shit ton of SAMs. A lot of anti-air is what you need to take out in Alwasa, but even if you do, you know, it's still going to land, it's still going to do some damage. So, hey-ho, Nexus of Reality knows what the fuck is going on. He knows that Gorton has got a tier 4 bomber. Indeed he does. It is just finishing up imminently. However, the battle of the ground rages on, and these fat boys are slowly but surely inching their way towards the enemy. And my oh my, they're doing a great job. We see the Monkey Lord over here, low health. The Megalith also low health. It is not doing very well in the defense against the Fat Boy Combo Wombo, which I must add is doing pretty well for itself right now. The Fat Boy Combo Wombo really cannot be overstated enough. That range damage is really, really nice. Would be really, really great if they could get that Megalith killed, but it doesn't look like that's going to be a possibility. I mean, 14,000 health might just be enough to sneak out of range, and indeed it is. The Fat Boys have decided that they are going to target something a little bit more valuable, perhaps. Alright, where is Gorton's... Where the hell is Gorton's Alwasa? Here it is. Here is Gorton's Alwasa doing the damage against the enemy. Wow. And immediately being targeted down by Mephi's air superiority fighters, and holy shit, that's taking a lot of damage. Already to half health, and only with 3 kills, is that? 10 kills. 10 kills. Wow. That was a very, very crafty maneuver. What he did is he dropped a bomb directly behind him, and did a shit ton of damage to all of those air superiority fighters. Basically clearing out almost every single one of Mephi's air superiority fighters. Mephi looks like Mephi's going to be scrambling to rebuild them. Indeed he is, and he's doing a great job of it. However, is that ASF spam going to be enough? I'm really not entirely sure. Fat Boys, for the first time in a long time, are on the retreat. The Galactic Colossus, however, is going to take a massive, massive pounding. If the Galactic Colossus can take out the Fat Boy, then it might just be worth it. Wow. That's a shit ton of damage. An absolute shit ton of damage. Fat Boy is worried for its own life now. Worried for its own life. One of his friends has died, and shields are down. The Galactic Colossus is going to be doing damage directly into the Fat Boy's hull. Very, very impressive. Fat Boy will go down. Galactic Colossus doesn't really have much left in him, I'm afraid. And 19 kills. It's gonna be worth it. Taking out those 2 Fat Boys was definitely a wise strategic decision. However, it is eventually going to go down. Whether it goes down now or whether it goes down in a minute, it's going to go down. It's going to go down fairly, fairly shortly. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. We see another Monkey Lord. Another Monkey Lord by Vyhanen come out. He is now at the top of this scoreboard. Not too shabby. SWE has got his own Fat Boy that we saw under construction over here. Good to see that he finally gets an experimental. This Al-Wasa doesn't look like it's going to take any more risky maneuvers. If there was a time for a risky maneuver, then it was the time where Mephi's ASF fighters were being rebuilt, but it doesn't look like that is going to be the case for now. Looks like it's just quite content just to chill out over here and relax. I'm not entirely sure what Blowdeer is planning to do. I did think that he would try and replace those Fat Boys. Indeed, it looks like he is trying to do that. Thank you very much for following, Will Sargent. Yeah, so overall, a very, very interesting game so far, and a very, very experimental heavy game. It's also crazy to note that we've not seen any massive tactical plays. Wow, that Galactic Colossus still hasn't gone down. Impressive that it's surviving. But those Percivals, once they get in range, definitely going to take it down, without a shadow of a doubt. Come on. Come on. There we go. Finally, at long last. Thank you very much for following, by the way. I just missed your name, but I appreciate the following nonetheless. Man, oh man, oh man, what a crazy game. Yes, so another strategic launch. It looks like the strategic launch will be defended by the missile defense? No, the missile defense. Andorro, thank you very much. Thank you very much for letting me know. Thank you very much for following as well. Why is there no missile defense over here? Why is this missile defense not set up quite yet? I thought there was a lot of resources being poured into it, but it looks like that was just sidetracked in favor for another project, i.e. the Galactic Colossus. But it looks like that is a big mistake. That is a very, very big mistake indeed. And where the hell did the nuke go? I guess it must have been shot down. Well, it looks like I was wrong. Looks like I was wrong. That is completely daft. Did it just use its nuke up? Did it use its anti-nuke up? I presume it probably did. Yeah, so it must have had an anti-nuke previously stored. That would make a lot more sense. Wow, holy shit. Holy shit, this is a lot of ASF fighters. That is going to be enough to take out the Al-Wasa should it ever raise its ugly head again. And raise its ugly head. It probably will. Anyway, we see SWE's Fat Boy doing a fairly significant amount of economic damage and pushing forward for the team, which is probably the most important thing. Hambart471, thank you very, very much for following. Yeah, so this Monkey Lord, it seems like a bit of a non-issue, to be honest. I mean, if you get some gunships over there, then that would probably deal fairly effectively with it. However, it doesn't look like Gorton has produced many gunships. In fact, in terms of aircraft, it looks like only air superiority fighters have been produced. Can't say I blame him. Oh my goodness, here we go. The Al-Wasa has raised its ugly head to the sky and is taking a massive, massive roar in the face of the enemy. Second Al-Wasa coming up. What can this combo wombo achieve? Well, I don't know. Pretty much anything, I guess. Al-Wasa is going to be turning back. Are the ASF fighters going to be engaging the Al-Wasa? Looks like they might try. ASF manages to get its bomb off. Doesn't really take out any SAM launchers, unfortunately. That would have been the prize that was worth killing right there. That anti-air is going to really seriously prohibit this experimental aircraft from getting anywhere near the enemy, and that's before you even think about the air superiority fighters of Vaihanen and Mephi, of which there are a lot, for sure. Anyway, it looks like Icy Nightmare has managed to get himself another Galactic Colossus, and it will be trying to trade as effectively as it did last time. Last time it traded for 2 Fat Boys, which is not unimpressive in the slightest. Speaking of Fat Boys, do we see that Blowdeer's got another one up? It's got one. He's got one Fat Boy up. That's impressive. A second Fat Boy would probably help secure his little area. I mean, he's certainly going to find it very, very difficult to compete against the Galactic Colossus and the Megalith, both of which are at full health, which is worrying. Which is worrying very, very indeed. Worrying very, very indeed. Very, very worrying indeed. Okay, this is good. This is good. Percivals are targeting the anti-air SAM launchers. Very, very important that these are taken out in good time as well, because they just do so much damage to aircraft. Yeah, I don't know what I was trying to say there, but they do a lot of damage to aircraft, and so getting some ground fire to take them out, very, very wise move indeed, and that should theoretically free up at least a little bit of the path for the Al-Wasa. So a very, very good move to take these out by Blodier and assist his teammate of Gorton to ultimate victory. Anyway, in terms of the left-hand side team, the team of Gorton and Blodier, they seem to have, you know, been in a little bit of a stalemate for the last 10 minutes or so, whereas on the right side, strategic launch detected by Mephi. Fair enough. On the right side, it looks like they're having the game of their life, and they are just pushing. That looks like the way to go. SV Bunga, thank you very, very much for following. I really, really appreciate it. And this, oh my goodness, the nuke goes off. The nuke goes off. Mr. Aesthetic has been defeated. Gorton calling stupid game. Wow, okay. That wasn't even the nuke. Holy shit, I completely didn't see the nuke, but oh my god. Mr. Aesthetic was boring anyway. I'm very sorry. Wow. What a humble dude. What a humble dude. Jeez Louise. Jeez Louise indeed. We're now at -1 speed. Okay, that's fine. He was in an air transport. Somebody in the chat, Thor Gaming in the chat, saying he was in an air transport. I must admit, I missed that, but that must have been why all of the air superiority fighters dived into this area like madmen, and that makes complete and utter sense. So now, the southern team is 1 member down. And so, I'm not entirely sure what this actually means, because of all the players, I think Mr. Aesthetic on this team was fairly middling. Vorcom, thank you very much for following. Really, really appreciate it. Vorcom, SWE is probably the weakest on this team, I would say, without a doubt. Although he has managed to put out an impressive amount of experimentals over the last wee while. And that's going to be doing a significant amount of damage to that megalith if it just stands there. Yeah, holy shit. That's just going to... Yeah, it's going to finally decide to turn. Eventually, at long last. And now we are seeing the realm of strategic bombers. Oh, man, how I have missed these guys. I mean, I freaking love strategic bombers. They are absolutely amazing. Al-Wasa taken out. Wow. Very, very nice to see that indeed. That is a massive, massive pick-off. I mean, Al-Wasas haven't been super useful for this team. They've managed to get a few kills. Nothing above 30, I don't think. I can't remember seeing an Al-Wasa with more than 30 kills. So, in all honesty, probably haven't really been worth it. But, you know, they're not too shabby. They look pretty cool. They drop cool bombs. So, I like them. Yeah, go me, I guess. Strategic bombers are probably the best way to eliminate whatever is left. I mean, if we have a look at this team, there's not much. I mean, there's a couple of anti-air SAMs down here, but a couple of strategic bombers could easily take out this commander. Maybe 4 or 5, 6 or 7 perhaps would be able to take out this this ACU over here. Although obviously I'm not in the game, and I'm not even a good player, so I can't really tell you how to play. But at the moment, it looks like we're in a little bit of a stalemate. Now, what is Mephi actually going to do with these strategic bombers? That's the real question, because most of them are completely untested in combat. It looks like Vihanen has also managed to get himself a little bit of the strategic bomber action. So I don't know where they're going to target. I really do not know where they're going to target. The air battle has definitely been won by the northern team. They have, without a shadow of a doubt, got about a bazillion more air superiority fighters, and let me tell you, bazillion is an exact measurement as well. They've got literally a bazillion. So all they need to do right now is manage to weed out the commanders and try and do a shit ton of damage to them through the use of strategic bombers. And if they can't find the commanders, then I guess you probably go for the experimentals. I mean, we've got a fat boy over here, we've got a fat boy coupling over here, like a fat boy pair that is doing a fair bit of damage. Looks like there's going to be some little sortie missions into enemy territories to try and find out where the location of the commanders actually are. Now let me have a look. So we've got Blodear's commander. I imagine that wow, an air here now rally point. Okay, that's fair enough. I imagine Blodear is probably going to be the prized target since he has got one of the largest economies. Gorton is it's not bad. It's not bad actually. But Blodear's is slightly larger. It is wow, yes, much larger I would say than Gorton's. Not much larger, but it's a significant chunk larger. So, you know, just to reiterate that, it looks like Blodear is going to be the absolute creme de la creme target, although, obviously, sometimes you don't go for the creme de la creme target. Sometimes you just go for the easiest target. And in this case, the easiest target absolutely looks like it's going to be SWE Papa Join. And one more strategic missile. Oh, goodness gracious me. Holy shit, that was close. Holy shit. This dude is barely alive. Barely alive. Barely, but it looks like, oh, as soon as this shield goes down, he's pretty much fucked. Absolutely pretty much fucked. Absolutely pretty much, that's an exact measurement once again. Wow, these SAMs are really going to town right now. Holy shit. They're definitely assisting. Wow, shield after shield is saving this guy's bacon. It's impressive to see how this is actually going on. Wow. This is phenomenal. This is really very, very impressive how well this commander is managing to survive. Jeez. We've got once again another strategic bomber sortie that is going to be flying in. Will it survive? Looks like it mostly will. Half health is not great, but it's going to be good enough. Are they going to go on the commander again? Looks like they've been scared away from going on the commander for whatever reason. Well, I say for whatever reason. It's fairly clear that they haven't managed to kill him with literally like 6 or 7 investments of strategic bombers. So, yeah, I think, do they want to commit more to trying to kill this commander? I mean, they're going to have to eventually. I mean, he's getting a 3rd shield up. That was just a wasted strat bomber right there. That was just horrific. Absolutely horrific. Yep, it looks like they're going to try and target down the easier targets of the fat boys. You know, they've got less anti-air. They can swarm their air superiority fighters over to draw some of the anti-air fire, while the strategic bomber goes to town, eventually going down. And shield is down, but it's going to be taking a shit ton of damage as well. Alright, strategic launch detected. Where the hell is it going? I don't know. And I would imagine, yeah, I was going to say, I would imagine it's going to be targeting SWE Papa Join. I mean, you can't not target a commander that is on such low health. Wow. Is it going to get the kill, though? I'm really not entirely sure. Nukes, of course, penetrate shields. This commander does have 7.4 thousand health. It's going to drop. I don't think it's going to quite be in the radius to kill. No, it was. It was. SWE was within the radius. Wow. Jeez Louise. 2nd player down for the Southern team. So much luck this game. I don't think that was luck. I really do not think that was luck. That was definitely a targeted strike, and now we're going to start to see the tables turn. We already see Icy Nightmare, like a bad dream and an icy nightmare, pushing south towards the enemy. pushing south and taking out what little defenses Blowdeer and Gorton actually have, which is a real shame, actually. I mean, Blowdeer is bringing in his Fat Boy reinforcement, which doesn't even have a shield on. Very, very risky, but I suppose desperate people, desperate measures. It's going to take out the Galactic Colossus. The Megalith is going to be probably the next target on the agenda, although I wouldn't imagine that the Fat Boy will be able to take out the Megalith. Indeed, no. Absolutely strap-bombered into oblivion. That is vicious, to say the least. Those strap bombers will be cleaned up quite nicely by Gorton's ASF fighters. So, I don't know. Silver linings, I suppose. Silver linings. Alright, we've got another Megalith that is probably actually going to reach this base. It's probably going to reach Gorton's main base. A Ythotha, if it gets out alive, then it's going to have a hard time competing against all of these Harbingers and against this Megalith. It's going to be tough, and not to mention the damage that these Harbingers are actually going to do to the base before the Megalith even arrives. I mean, energy, the economic damage that these Harbingers could potentially inflict upon Gorton is probably substantial. But every second that these guys don't attack, the Ythotha is getting stronger, and it's not like Gorton actually has anything here that is of value. So I think that that is just a real shame, actually, because that could have been an easy sweep up. Although it looks like waiting for the Megalith was the preferred decision by Icy Nightmare. So hey ho, that's the way of things. Got a Megalith engaging small little pockets of Blowdeer's forces up here. However, the real fight is going on in Gorton's base. Mephi has been defeated. Holy shitballs. Holy shitballs. What the hell happened there? I have no fucking idea. Literally no fucking idea. This could be the comeback of all centuries. Of all centuries? Could be the comeback of all time. Unfortunately, Gorton is surrounded by a whole bunch of shit that doesn't look like it's going to be able to take out the enemy Harbingers. Although, that Ythotha is actually going to town, managing to take out the Megalith. Very, very nice to see that. Although, wow. Okay. Quantum Gateway has brung in 4 command support units. Support armored command units. Whatever. That's still big. Very, very big indeed. And looks like another Megalith is going to be going down very, very shortly. Holy hell. In the meantime, another Megalith of Vihanan's is going to be knocking on Blowdeer's doorstep, and it's going to be knocking very, very loudly indeed. Is there any way to escape this death? I'm not entirely sure. I'm really not entirely sure. Yet more support command units, I think. Yep, it's not the ACU. I'm glad it's not the ACU. Yet more support command units are arriving. This Megalith is getting stronger and stronger by the second. Bunch of tier 3 engineers. Bunch of support armored command units. Wow. Wow. And we can see that Blowdeer is actually at the top of the leaderboard, although I'm not entirely sure that that is going to be forever. I'm really not entirely sure that that is going to be forever. I genuinely think that the South is very, very heavily disadvantaged. They do have a Ythotha. They absolutely do. They absolutely also have a Fat Boy. But this Megalith is probably going to get past these shields. It is going to get past the shields. However, it's going to have to get through a few layers before it actually makes a difference. The Megalith gets taken out thanks in part to a bunch of Tech 2 gunships. Always nice to have some gunships hanging around to deal with those pesky experimental units. The Battle of the Air once again proving to be very, very important indeed. Megalith is just going to have an absolute field day just firing shit at these shields. Fucking great. Absolutely fucking top notch. Can't really complain about that. A butt ton of Tech 3. Support ACUs. Okay, support ACUs. That's fine. That's fine. I'm down with just calling them support ACUs, because otherwise I just mess up their pronunciation and I just look like an idiot. Even more so than normal. Even more so than normal. Man, oh man, oh man. These guys are going to be pushing forward down into Blodear's army. This this Tech 3 mobile missile anti-air, that's gonna do some serious damage to Blodear's air force. All of these gunships being sacrificed, absolutely shredded. Holy shit! Absolute death that is going on right there. Man, oh man, oh man. Megalith is going to be once again still in existence. Still completely in existence. Wow. Okay, we've got some heavy artillery. So I guess that was probably what killed Mephi. Mephi probably just had absolutely nothing at the back. I can't verify that for you, but I would guess that the Tech 3 artillery was probably the cause of death of Mephi. Now, what is this Tech 3 artillery going to be targeting? I really do not know. Looks like it is going to be... What is it going to be? That's not the ACU, unfortunately. That is just a support commander unit. All of these are. That's good to get rid of them, but obviously not as great as taking out the actual ACU, which has just flown out of here. Just flown out of here on an air transport, going to a better place. Going to a very, very much better place indeed. I really do not understand why these guys, you know, just sat by and let Gorton actually build up an artillery. That just does not make sense. But Gorton looks like he's going to be firing literally a shit ton of artillery just into the enemy base. Holy shit! Look at the number of SCUs. Thank you very much for whoever told me to call them that in the chat. Just going to be taking out a whole shit ton of stuff. Wow. That is epic. Tier 3 artillery. So very, very strong. Very, very late game. Very, very late game indeed. Oh. We see four Soul Rippers. 4 fucking Soul Rippers. Gorton is not going to survive that. Absolutely going to be dying. And I have no idea, absolutely no idea how Blodear intends to survive 4 Soul Rippers. 4 Soul Rippers. Fat Boy going down almost instantly, thanks in help to the Megalith. Blodear getting focus fired. Holy shit, poor dude. Poor dude. Absolutely decimated. He had the personal shield. But, man oh man oh man, what a game. Blodear goes down. GG, everybody. North team and South team, you both played absolutely impeccably. Really cannot complain about that, but what a fantastic game. What an absolutely fantastic game. And that artillery kill of Mephi just goes to show. It's not over until it's over. And now it is over. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very, very much for watching. My name, of course, has been Open Potato. Hopefully you'll tune in next time for some more Supreme Commander. Until then, bye.